right, happy Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. Haven't made a video in a couple of days, few days, because I've been kind of busy and I have not been in the car. It's just so much easier for me when I'm in the car, turn the video on, boom. It may be kind of loud right now. I got to get the compressor fixed in this air conditioner, in this Digibug, but I have not done that yet. It's priorities. So maybe a little loud, and I apologize, but it is what it is. So gasoline, I have not been by the gas station in a few days, but I'm gonna go by now. I'll top it off. I keep the tank. I don't like it getting to half a tank because it just seems like, I mean, the gas prices just keep going up. So why in the heck would I want to get it to the point where, I don't know if that's gonna help. Maybe a little bit. I don't want to get it to the point where, you know, you need to fill up a whole tank because it's totally unaffordable. My wife filled up her tank the other day. It was 85 bucks. I mean, it's just, that's not something I want to deal with on a regular basis. So I figure if I take a little bit of pain every time I go to the tank, or go to town and fill up the tank, is what it is. Maybe put in 15, 10, 20 here and there just to keep it topped off. And I think it's a good idea to keep it topped off anyway, because you may run into a situation where overnight, because of some stupid event, you're paying $10 a gallon for gas. Best to have it, not need it, need it, not have it. So what are some of the things we can do to mitigate this disaster that we find ourselves in? Because that's what it is. And, you know, it's a combination of things. I'm seeing it here in Illinois. It's really this engineered destruction, because what's happening is our power company, the bills are going to go up, I think next month. And they attribute it to, well, you know, we've got more green energy coming online, and we're in this transition to where we're kind of getting off of coal, and we're migrating towards the, you know, the greener. There's a lot of windmills around here, and not as many solar panels, a lot of wind farms, but they're trying to migrate towards that, so they're not putting as much infrastructure money into the old systems. And that's the same with gasoline right now. If you're a big oil company, are you going to put a bunch of money and infrastructure into, you know, the oil system, given, you know, what you're seeing out of Congress and out of the White House? When the push, the initiative is to go electric. Oh, we want to go electric, we want to go green, we want to go clean. And we want to have all cars, I don't know what country it was, said all cars by 2035 need to be electric. That's all fine and well, but it produces its own problems. And as you transition out of that, it's not an overnight thing where you just, quote, flip the switch and it happens. You've got over 100 years of infrastructure built up in this current system. I don't want to say the old system, it's the current system. That semi truck that just went by me, it's running on diesel. This car, my horn doesn't work. That's funny, I was gonna honk at him. I just took the fuse out because when I started the car the other day, the horn went off. It started, so I think it might be something in the emergency alert system in the car alarm. I didn't want to figure it out yet. There's a couple things it could be. I didn't want to troubleshoot it because I'm going to town. I got to, you know, so I just pulled the fuse on it, so I can't honk the horn now. But doesn't that figure? How often do I use the horn? Very, very little. But what you've got is a situation where nobody's putting money into the old infrastructure, the current infrastructure, and everybody's looking forward to the new infrastructure. The problem is, as of right now, it's not as reliable. Wind isn't always blowing. The sun is not always out. But if you've got stacks of coal and you've got natural gas backed up in tanks and diesel, you're going to be able to run your power. It's reliable. So, you know, there's this big push to go green. I get it. I want everything to be clean. I want the environment to be, you know, not polluted, and we need to use efficient products, but you can't just do it overnight. You can't just pull the plug on it. And if you do, this is what happens. You shut down infrastructure like the pipelines, and you don't incentivize, or you at least, you know, tell the big energy companies that, hey, we're not going to do this anymore. And they get the idea and they're like, you know what, I'm not going to sink any more capital into this infrastructure. Why would I do that? And so they start to transition over to the new stuff and buy up solar companies, wind companies, that kind of thing. But it can't come online right away. So you're seeing the pinch. And there's only so much of it getting produced. There's only so many refineries running. They're not going to open up any new ones. Why would they? One burns down. What are they going to do? Build a new one? No, they're not. They're just going to let it decay. Let it die off. That's just less supply coming onto the market. So you've got what you've got right now as far as infrastructure in the system that we've all grown up with. We're used to gasoline, used to diesel. We're used to turning on the power and it runs because of coal and natural gas. And now that's all changing. And you're going to pay more for it because there's less of it to go around. It's decreasing and everybody still needs it. Right here, gas. Cheapest, $5.29. $5.84 for premium, $5.49 for diesel. So when I come back through, I'm going to fill up. $5.29 is what I'm going to pay. Unbelievable. Really $5.30. It's $5.29.9. I like that little game that they play. So, you know, I'm picking my trips wisely. So today, what am I doing? Why am I going here? What am I doing? I'm running to the nearest town that's got anything that has a Menards and has an Aldi, a Walmart. And I'm going to pick up a few things. I need to get some things. I've got a meetup coming up, and I need to get some fittings for some hoses so I can transfer water here and there. I've got to get that knocked out. So I'm going to Menards. I'm going to pick up that stuff. And Aldi's right next door. I'm going to see, I mean, their prices have really gone up. I haven't been there in a few weeks. So I'm sure I'm going to try and find something. If it's there, it's going to be a lot more money. So I'm going to stock up on a few things. I got to stock up on things because, you know, again, I'm having some people over next week and I got to have supplies. Nothing I can do about it. You know, I got hungry mouths coming and I got to make sure that I've got food for them. So I'm going to do what I can and get what I can for the most affordable price that I can in one trip in the Digibug. So that's what I'm off to do. The thing is, though, I think we're really going to feel even more of a pinch. I think the fuel costs are going to have to go up until it gets to the point where we just say, all right, I'm not driving anymore. I'm not going to go somewhere 5 days a week. I'll go 2 days a week. Or I will go shopping once a week. And if we don't have it, I'm not going to run to the store and get, you know, a squeezed bottle of ketchup. It's going to have to use mustard. I'm going to use something else. And I think that's what's going to happen. And I see it happening with some people already. Someone I know, he's like 67, I think. 67, 68. And he drives 120 miles a day round trip to his job. And he said, finally, I'm retiring. That's it. I'm just done. I'm going to retire. You know, I don't need to do this anymore. He drives a truck, a pickup truck. And so he's probably, you know, 15 miles to the gallon, 20. Nah, he ain't getting 20. Let's say 15 miles to the gallon averaged out. And he's driving 120 miles a day. I mean, he's spending a lot of money on gas at a minimum of $5.30 a gallon now. It's just not worth it at some point. And I see that the local Goodwill store does a lot of business. They're closed today because they can't staff it. This is Goodwill. Now, they're a corporation that makes money, but, you know, they're known for having, you know, secondhand stuff, and it's more affordable than going to the retail stores. I beg to differ. I think if you go to retail stores and watch the clearance racks, you can get better deals on there, brand new, than you can at places like Goodwill a lot of times, on clothing anyway. So if you really are a shopper and you've got the time, but see, again, it's time, it's gasoline running around. I mean, but, you know, if you're willing to do that, I think you can get a lot of good deals. That's how I've always gotten my clothes. I buy them off the clearance rack. I don't pay full price for them. I won't do it. It's not worth it to me. I don't care. It's not worth it to me. That's why I've got shirts that I've worn for, man, I got the yellow tank top that I've worn that's like so paper thin right now. My wife wants me to throw it away, but I bought that thing at Old Navy and on clearance, 2 of them for 97 cents. And it has been, it's got to be 15 years, close to it. I've worn that thing. I've worn it out, but I like it. It's comfortable. It's nice on a hot day. So why would I mean, you know, I don't need name brand stuff. I don't need to have, you know, dating myself here, Abercrombie and Fitch. Not that that's a big thing anymore, but it used to be. You know, I was growing up, Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh, that's a big deal. Yeah. But, you know, the name brand, Aeropostale, you know, all that stuff. I don't care. Guess jeans. Shows you how old I am. But you had, or Lucky jeans. Lucky down there. So, I never was into that stuff. I just never was. Give me something that fits decent, you know, Levi's 550s, I'm good to go. And I'll buy a few pair of those when they go on sale, which I've done. I've got new pairs that I paid $5 for, $10 for when they've gone on closeout. And they might be off a little bit, you know, the waist might be a little big or a little small, whatever it is, but I vary in weight. You know, I kind of get a little heavy, then I say, all right, I need to lose some weight. And so, you know, I've got the pants ready to go. But I'll buy that stuff when it's on clearance. What is the point in paying full price for something? You got to plan ahead. And that's my point to all of this. At this point, we should have been planning ahead. You can never plan enough. You know, we should have had all kinds of things stocked up, and some of you do. Good on you. But now we're at a time where it's so desperate, it's becoming so desperate, and people are starting to feel it, that, okay, what do I do? What can I do right now? Well, I'll tell you, what I did today is I ordered a 50-gallon drum of straight gasoline. So in other words, gasoline without the ethanol, because ethanol is not good for the engines, especially when you're running mowers and small engines. It's just not good on it. So I got a 50-gallon drum of gasoline, and you can stick this in your garage. It comes sealed, you know, so you can have it there. And, you know, you're going to need a tap that goes on there, you know, a little hand pump, you know, so there's an initial investment there. But this is something that, and I don't know how much you could do something like this if you live in a highly populated urban area. Probably not. I don't know that you can get it delivered to you. But where I'm at, you know, you've got a lot of farmers supply places, a lot of places that supply natural gas to people. You know, they'll drive it and fill it up. But just call your gas company. You know, people that deliver oil or gas, natural gas, those kind of companies. Maybe call them and say, hey, do you offer you know, these barrels of gasoline? Can I get one of them? And they come sealed, and they'll last for a year in the barrel, you know, before you open it, and it doesn't have that ethanol in it. Just ask for straight gasoline, and it's usually about the same price as what it is at the pump. And they'll deliver it to me, and I can stick it in a garage, and when I'm ready to use it, I pop it open, put it in the mowers. I can put it in the vehicle if I need to, in the car. It's just something to have on hand to hedge your bets, because you know, if you had done this, I bought a barrel of it, and I've almost gone through it. I bought it in, what was it? I don't know, a month or so ago. And it was right before gas really started going up. I got it at $4.22 a gallon, and I was like, man. And then it went up more and more, and I thought, man, I got robbed at $4.22 because it had just gone up. And then I went ahead and kept going up. So I'm like, gosh, now I look at it, I'm like, holy cow, you know, I should have bought more of them, because, you know, I could have saved $1 a gallon, more than $1 a gallon. Today, it's $5.29. So I ordered one today, and it's just, I'm like, well, if gas goes up to $6 a gallon, at least I've got it. And it's nice to have it on hand, because you can just pump it right into your car. You know, pump it right into your mower. You've got it. I mean, you think about the trips you make just for mowing alone. That's primarily why I do it. It's for mowing. So I can just fill the mower up, you know, when I'm ready. You know, how many times have you gone to the gas station, you take your 5-gallon tank, you know, I got to get gas for the mower. So you got to run up there in a vehicle that takes gas to get gas in a 5-gallon container that you take home. Then you got to do it every other time you mow. And it's just kind of silly, you know. And then you've got these trucks, these big trucks that haul gasoline into these tanks at these gas stations, and they're burning all this gas just to haul the gas. I mean, the whole thing is kind of absurd, and when you think about it, it's just kind of silly. So, thank you. But you got to have it. That's what we're running on. We don't have an electric grid to where you don't have to worry about it, you know, like these like bumper cars where you got the thing sticking up, you know, you got this grid everywhere and it's electrified and the car just goes, you know, or it's got solar paint and it just recharges itself. You know, we don't have that stuff ready. And until we do, she's walking her dog. There's the dog walking her. Not real sure. But yeah, that's usually how it works. So anyway, I mean, the whole point is there are things you can do to mitigate it. What did I do to mitigate it? I bought a barrel of gas, you know, and it is what it is. So you got 50 gallons times probably going to be $5.30, you know, so $260 or something. Just the way it is. That's just how it is. And there's the Goodwill closed. Nobody there to work. It's just unbelievable. Now hiring, apply inside. This place doesn't look very busy. The tire place. There aren't that many people on the street right now. And right now it's about 3:30. There aren't. That's the one thing I did notice. It just feels a little sparse, and I can see why. It's just not a good situation right now. So do what you can. I mean, if you can get stuff on sale, stock up. On stale. Yeah, it's probably really cheap then if it's stale. But I'm serious. I mean, you know, get some stuff and have it. If you're going to use it, get it. And it's just like this gasoline thing. If you can get a barrel of it, stick it in your garage. I mean, and tap that thing when you need it. You know, when it's $10 a gallon for gas, not that it's going to get to that point. You know, I hope it goes to $2.50 again or $2 a gallon for gas. Doesn't matter. At least I got the gas on hand. You know, if there is some kind of shortage to where you've got gas lines like you did in the 70s where you can't get fuel, gosh, you're going to wish you had some. I mean, even if it's a 5-gallon tank that you can stick into your garage, you know, might be a good idea to get it, or a 10-gallon, 15-gallon tank. You can just fill it up and stick it in there. So it's just one more way that you can, damn potholes. Sorry for swearing, but it's really annoying. Road tax, gas tax, right? Fixes all this. Unbelievable. So that's about all I have to say about it, my destination. If you can get it, get it. We'll meet up. The meetup in Peoria, Illinois. Man, we are almost there. It is the 8th. The meetup is on the 17th, next Friday, a week from this Friday. Man, we are almost there. Peoria Pizza Works. Go to clintwestwood.net. Get to this meetup. I know it's expensive to get places. I get it. But it's worth your time. It's worth the investment. If you go one place this summer, you need to go to Peoria, Illinois and see Litecoin Leeson and Clint Westwood do a live happy hour show Friday night, June 17th. No lie. Get there. It's free. It will be worth your time. It will be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, I'll send you Litecoin. Download an app. Download a wallet. If you don't have any cryptocurrency, I'll send you Litecoin. You'll have it in your own possession. I mean, get these assets while you can. Litecoin is on sale. And when these banks go under, when something happens, because that'll be the next thing, some cyber attack BS, you're going to wish you had it in your possession, just like you're going to wish you had that barrel of gas in your possession, because you're not going to be able to buy it. They might say it's only, you know, $2 a gallon or $1 a gallon, but you can't buy it. Well, it doesn't matter at that point. It does not matter one lick, because if you don't have it in your possession, it does not matter. All right, I'm going to park now, but get to the meetup, clintwestwood.net. Love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful day. Stock up on stuff that is cheap. You will not regret it. Trust yourself. I trusted myself. That's why I'm coming today. All right, love y'all. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Maybe talk to you tomorrow.